Today's letter is G for Get Smart. Let me explain the Mr. J test to you for those of you who don't know. This is a series where I examine some of my favorite shows from A to Z, and I look at each series and determine 3 different tests. First, we start with the Bechdel test. Does the show have 2 female characters who talk to each other about something other than a man? Then we move on to the Mr. J test, where I determine if the series has 2 non-white characters who talk to each other about something other than a white person. Then finally we go to the unicorn bonus round. Ding, 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 ding. And I see if a show has 2 non-white female characters who talk to each other about something other than a white person or a man. Today's show is G for Get Smart, as I said. And initially I thought that the show wouldn't pass. And it was hard researching this. I love Get Smart. It's one of my favorite shows. But it doesn't have a plethora of non-white people. Nor does it have that many female characters. Especially not ones who get to talk to each other. Because most of the show, almost every scene in the show features Maxwell Smart, who is a man, talking to someone, or someone else talking to him. Doesn't leave that much time for anybody outside of Max to get a lot of screen time. So first, does it pass the Bechdel test? It does pass the Bechdel test! I had to go pretty deep into the series. Season 5, Episode 7. It is the episode called And Baby Makes 4, Part 1, where Max and 99 are about to have their first child. In this scene, Max is taking 99 to the hospital. They end up getting the wrong directions, go to the wrong hospital, and it's a chaos hospital. And the nurse says to 99, when she's finally got her into the room alone, I'm going to give you something to relax you. And what is this thing called? It's a syringe. Ooh. And I was like, what? The scene that helps the show pass the Bechdel test is a scene where 99 is about to get injected by who knows what from this nurse, who is also a lady. Great. All right. A little problematic, but it does pass, so let's move on to the Mr. J test. Another problematic scene where we do have 2 non-white characters talking to each other about something other than a white person. This episode, the first one where I saw a scene that could pass, is called The Amazing Harry Who, and it's where Max and 99 team up with famous detective Harry Who to solve a crime against the Dr. Claw. No, not Dr. This is not Inspector Gadget. Let me look at my notes again. Max teams up with Hawaiian detective Harry Who to stop Mastermind the Claw. And in the episode, you have the joke that it's not the Claw, it's the Claw. Like, okay, look, what is happening here? Why? Okay, besides the horrible offensiveness of calling this guy the Claw, there are actually 2 actors of Asian descent who are in this episode. Dr. Claw, and his name is not Dr. Claw. Why do I keep calling him that? The Claw and his henchman, let me check his name. His henchman, Bobo. So the Claw and his henchman Bobo are discussing how Bobo needs to kill Ling Hao at the Tremont Hotel. Again, to clarify, this episode passes the Mr. J test because there are 2 characters who happen to be non-white who are plotting to kill the other non-white person in the episode. And I say the other non-white person in the episode because Harry Who, the famous Hawaiian detective, is not actually Hawaiian or Pacific Islander any Asian descent. He's just some white guy who has his eyes taped up to pretend he's Asian. So yeah, problematic, yes. Passes, yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the final unicorn bonus round. I did not find a scene in which there are two non-white female characters who talk to each other about something other than a white person or a man. There are a lot of episodes of Get Smart. I have seen almost all of them multiple times, but I may have missed it. So if you viewers know of a scene in the series Get Smart where you have two non-white female characters talking to each other about something other than a white person or a man, please let me know and I will check it off my list. But for now, let's see. I don't have anything else to say about Get Smart except I have seen it. I love the show. It does have problematic points in it at various episodes, not just with the amazing Harry Who, but it has really informed my comedy stylings that I'm hoping you are enjoying. And it does have a special place in my heart, like that weird racist uncle that doesn't think he's doing something too bad, does he? But it's really like, dude, you need to get it together. It is 2014. So yeah, so still love the show, still one of my favorites. That takes us to the end of this episode. So if you're keeping track, we are going to be moving to letter H for next time. Bye-bye for now.